Hi, my name is Allan Bogan. I'm the Associate Executive Director at the Harry and Rose Samson Family Jewish Community Center, and today I have the privilege of sharing with you my Moment of Torah. This week's Torah portion is called Vayishlach. In this Torah portion, God tells Jacob to return home. Jacob had been living with his uncle Laban in Haran for about 20 years, even though his mother Rebekah had only intended to send him away for a short amount of time. Jacob is very worried to return home and reconcile with his brother Esau because Jacob had deceived his father into giving him the special firstborn blessing that was meant for Esau. Clearly, Jacob is not convinced that such reconciliation is possible or that it will take place. He is greatly frightened and has tremendous anxiety and stress. So Jacob sends messengers ahead to meet his brother Esau back in Beersheba. The messenger says to Esau, "Tell him that his servant Jacob has been with their uncle Laban until now. Tell him, my Lord," referring to Esau, not to God, "that I have acquired herds and flocks and property, and tell him I seek favor in his eyes." The messenger soon returned to Jacob. "Your brother Esau is coming to meet you, but there are 400 men with him." Jacob is worried that his brother Esau will kill him, so he separates his family and herds into two camps, so at least some will survive in case of a fight. So then Jacob prays to God for his safety of him and his family from Esau. That night, Jacob sets aside gifts for Esau from his herds and his property. He instructs his servants to present Esau with these gifts. That night, Jacob is left alone, and he is super nervous about meeting his brother Esau again. In his dream that night, an angel, in the form of a man, perhaps his conscience, wrestles with him all night. The wrestler tells Jacob that his name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, meaning struggle with God. Jacob wakes up in the morning and sees Esau coming with 400 men. Jacob immediately lines up his families and is expecting the worst. Jacob goes ahead of them and bows to the ground until he comes close to his brother. Esau, his brother, runs to meet Jacob, and he embraces him, falls upon him, and hugs him and kisses him, and they weep and cry together. Jacob is overwhelmed, is totally surprised at the willingness of his brother to forget the past and to embrace his brother and the future. Often, those who have had such encounters with members of their family are afraid to attempt reconciliation or ask for forgiveness, even when they know the other person has wronged them. We know the right thing to do and should try to put grievances and past feelings aside to reunite with family. This Torah portion brings up a couple of questions we should ask and think about as people. When you make a mistake or you wrong a friend or a colleague or a family member, how do you ask for forgiveness from that person like Jacob asked for forgiveness from Esau? And think about why Esau forgave Jacob. How do you forgive someone who asks for forgiveness? In less than 2 weeks, we will begin the festival of lights called Hanukkah. The word Hanukkah means dedication. This Hanukkah, let's put aside past differences and come together and agree to dedicate ourselves to reuniting with friends and family and being better people, better human beings, like Jacob did with Esau and Esau did with Jacob. I hope you have enjoyed my Moment of Torah. Shabbat Shalom.